recorded, and then we will get started with our first question from Shane Young.
Hey Ty, good afternoon. Obviously, it's a difficult task to stop Giannis, but after coaching against him for a few years, what are some of the ways you can try to slow him down?
Just try to take away his easy baskets in transition. Try to make him a jump shooter, as hard as that is, to do. We know he averaged 17 points in the paint, so we got to do it by committee. Make sure we get back, make sure we load. But after we load, we got to make sure we get out to the three-point shooters. But I just think just taking away his dunks, his easy putbacks, layups in transition, and just try to make him a jump shooter the best we can.
All right, we will go next to Law.
Hey, Ty, actually building off of that question, I know you mentioned earlier this week about the concerns in transition defense for your team, and this is a team that is great in general, not just Giannis, but overall, like they're like top 2 in the league in transition offense. So what steps have you taken to basically get the message through to your team that the transition defense specifically has to be better?
Well, they know what this team presents tonight, especially Giannis, the head of the snake, who's pushing in transition, and we also know they're second in the league in transition. So the main thing we got to do is just take care of the basketball. That stops some of the easy transition points. But we understand that we can't crash from the perimeter. We got to get back, get our defense set, and make sure they play against a loaded defense. And we were talking about that all morning, so our guys will be ready for it.
Thank you. We'll go next to Cam.
Hey, good morning, Coach.
So,
Hey, Drew Holiday. We talk about the impact he's had on this team, and how different does he make the team look?
I think him being able to attack and get into the paint, with ease, I think helps him out as well. He's also a guy who can make plays, but I think what he's done for them is defensively. I think being able to guard 1, 2, and 3s, some 4s, but being able to get over screens, get into the ball, guarding other teams' best players, and he's brought that to this team. And he's a great all-around player. One of the best two-way players in the league.
Thanks, Coach.
Next over to Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon. Is everybody available for today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, what kind of challenges does a guy like Brook Lopez present? Because he is such a great rim protector, but he also is the rare big who can step out and pretty much hit threes at a high level.
It makes it tough because, like you said, if you have Serge or Zugard and Lopez, they run a lot of pick and rolls with Giannis rolling. You have a 5-man who can shoot the basketball. And with Giannis being that dynamic roller, it does put a lot of pressure on your defense. But, the main thing is we got to just make sure we try to protect the paint first and then build back out to their shooters. The way he shoots the basketball does present a problem.
Next up, Miriam.
Hey, Ty, good morning. So you guys are one of just 3 teams now that haven't had the schedule interrupted by, health and safety. Do you feel lucky about that? Yeah, knock on wood. I mean, is that an advantage to been able to kind of keep your thing going or not have that interruption, or do you wish you'd had some days off in between?
No, I think it's been a good thing. Like you said, our health and wellness is the most important. And our guys have been doing a good job of following the protocol and trying to do the right thing. We've been fortunate and blessed, for it not to hit us. So hopefully we can keep that way. Hopefully it didn't jinx us.
Next, we'll go to Andrew.
Hey, good morning to you, Ty. I want to ask you about Marcus. He was so incredibly hot from 3 for seemingly weeks, and the last 4 games or so, not quite as much. In terms of shot quality, is that where you'd like it to be? Is that kind of a factor in this? It's only 4 games, but just wasn't sure if the shot quality is it or if he's just not making shots.
No, we talked about it last game. He's able to put the ball on the floor. He's a little different than most guys who are stretch forwards. And so what teams are doing, they're running him off the line. We're trying to, and he's still taking the shot. I told him the shot they can put on the floor. Drive it, get to your mid-range, or drive it and make a play with somebody else. And he's starting to recognize that the guys, they're closing out. He said, they're running so hard. I said, yeah, you shooting 50% from 3. Of course they're going to close out. So, he's just having to do a good job, a better job of reading the defense of, when he's open and when teams are trying to run him off, because that's what they're going to do now, especially the way he shoots the basketball.
And then with, I remember Pat a couple weeks ago talking so much about how he thought you guys as a staff really opened up, gave him the green light to shoot the three more often. You guys really encouraged him. I'm curious, the guy like Terrence Mann, he took a corner three in the last game, made it. It seems like he's having less hesitation to take that type of shot. Are you guys sort of offering him the sort of similar advice of just, if you're open, take it?
Yeah, I think, he's been putting a lot of work in over the last 2 years of extending his range and being a three-point shooter. And, you can't hesitate. Your shot's there, you got to take it. And that's the only way you're going to be able to get better at it. Our team has encouraged him. Our coaching staff is doing a great job with him, just giving him confidence to shoot the basketball. And he's been doing well. So we want to keep, promoting, take your open shots. Because you don't take your open shot, usually 9 times out of 10, you pass it again, you're probably going to get a worse shot. So Terrence has been doing a good job of taking his shots as of late.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Eric.
Hey, Coach. Eric Name, the Athletic here in Milwaukee. I'm curious for you, this Bucks team over the last couple of years has been the best defensive team in the league. And now that's maybe not their identity in the same way, that they're more worried about scoring the basketball. That's how they're going to do it. Does that change the way that you prepare for them in any way, that they are such an offense heavy team right now, especially with Drew Holiday coming back and just how many weapons they have on that side?
Yeah, I thought they were good in offense in the past as well. I think just like you said, their defense may have slipped a little bit, but they still do the same things. And I see Bud just trying some different things. Throughout the course of the season, they're switching more, switching with their five. They're doing some different things, and you have to do that because to prepare for the playoffs, you got to be able to do different defenses and different things. And I've seen Bud doing a lot of different things this year, just trying to see what his team is good at. And that's what you have to do. You have to try new things and try different things to prepare you for the playoffs. And I think they're doing that this year. So, when the playoffs come, I think they will be better defensively.
I'm curious for you as a coach, just if when you are trying things with this team, not necessarily Bud, but if you're trying different things, how do you kind of get that message across to players that like, hey, we got to work on this so that we're ready in the postseason. And maybe we drop a game because we tried it or whatever it may be. Obviously, no one wants to lose, but how do you kind of get that idea of the process being important over the top of it?
Well, first, you got to communicate it. I think your players will understand that we got to build these habits. We got to have these different things in our arsenal, for the playoffs. And in the playoffs, they present different challenges. You have to do different things. You can't do the same thing you've done in the regular season in the playoffs. And our guys understand that. My teams included, they definitely understood that. And like you said, you might drop a game or two here trying to figure out what you're good at, what you're going to need for the playoffs, just so you can get better. And I can see Milwaukee doing that as well.
Thank you. We have one more hand up, so we'll end with Joseph. Go ahead, Joseph.
Hey, Ty, how's it going?
Good.
So today's going to mark the halfway point of the season. What would you say is the area the team has demonstrated the most growth so far?
Over the last week, I would say just getting better at small pick and roll actions, making the pass, making the play, slipping out, making the read. And, we got to continue to keep getting better at that. And I think over the last week and a half or so, we've shown growth. A lot of times we didn't complete the pass, but we saw the pass and try to make it. And I think last game against Memphis probably was our best game of doing it. The team was showing, taking advantage of it. Our guys rolling, making a play for somebody else. And we got to keep getting better at that, especially against teams like Utah, who's big during deep drops. And you want to try to take advantage of the mismatches guard to guard. And, we got to continue to keep getting better at that.
Thank you, Ty. Have a good game.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We will see you post game.